Imagine, if you will, an anime that aims to be a romantic comedy about people who love video games. Sounds kinda neat, right? I thought so too. And hey, gamers could still be that, but if the first 3 episodes are any indication, it's going to need to find some balance. Gamers has a lot to love. It starts off strong with shy loner Amano, who loves video games, being invited to join the gaming club by class idol and heartthrob Tendo. All seems to be going well. The gamer club has a pretty eclectic bunch of characters with exciting personalities, and the constant Easter eggs for real-life video games, including actual real-life video games popping up in later episodes, is just some super cool stuff. And we get to see characters bond over video games, which is just a really neat thing to see. And yet, Amano refuses the invitation to join the club. But he has a good reason. He's not into their highly competitive spirit. He doesn't want to play video games to be the best. He plays video games for the enjoyment he gets out of them. I can relate to that much. In episode 2, Tendo has not given up on Amano, literally stalking him, which actually is super hilarious because of how utterly inept and awkward she is. Amano meets Tasku in an arcade, and he makes a new friend. Things seem to be going well. We have some relationship drama between Tasku and his almost disgustingly adorable girlfriend Aguri, and hijinks between Amano and Tendo, and a nice blend of nods to gaming and the place gaming has in these high school kids' lives, and the drama and comedy between the characters. Then, episode 3 comes along, and things just go completely off the rails. At first, it seems neat. Amano is befriending fellow gamer and loner Chiaki, and they're bonding over their similar taste in video games, and how they can talk video games for hours at a time. But then they have an argument. At first, it's kind of hilarious, actually. Chiaki thinks the best thing about fictional video game Aegis 8 is the music, while Amano says it's the characters. With just that little bit of information, the argument starts off really funny and cute, and kind of relatable in how teenagers can be so ultra passionate about stuff that they argue about the stupidest things for no reason. It's fun and cute to watch. But then we find out why Amano claimed the best thing was the characters. It wasn't because he cares about the character stories or personalities or abilities. Nope, Amano loves the characters because of how moe and cute they are. That's right, their argument is purely about the fact that Amano loves moe cuteness while Chiaki hates it. Amano takes it so far that his passion for cuteness in games is outrageous and obsessive, and that's where I completely lost touch with his character, who, up until this obsessiveness, was a pretty relatable loner who likes video games. That's the start of something that episode 3 brought to the forefront, characters being utterly ridiculous and revolving around a single trope. Amano loves cuteness to the point of absurdity. Chiaki obsesses over appearances for a boy after being set up as a completely different character. Tendo, it turns out, is stalking Amano for the club because she's madly in love with him, to a ridiculous degree for reasons we have yet to even come close to finding out. Aguri is absurdly possessive of Tasku and who he spends his time with. It's evolved into one-note trope characters, which was a real shame as the first 2 episodes set up something really great. Though this lack of balance is also evident in the completely absurd way that Gamers handles fan service. Whatever you feel about fan service, there are some shows that at least try to weave it into the story or the characters, and then there are shows like Gamers. At the end of each episode so far, we've gotten an illustration of one of the main girls in a swimsuit, and at the start of episode 3, we get a pointless, blindsiding panty shot. Why? Heck if I know. The main girls haven't actually been presented in the story or their characterization in any sort of sexual way so far, so why these random illustrations are thrust into the ending of each episode is beyond me. Though they are playing video games in their swimsuits, you know, just in case you forgot what the show's title is. At times, it seems like the creators of the show forgot what the title of the show is, to be honest. That said, I actually like a lot about Gamers. The opening is full of fantastic video game themed Easter eggs, and it's a blast to see. The writers and animators clearly did their research, and actual footage of video games, both real and fictional, being played feels mostly real and like they're actually being played. I love those touches, and the scenes of characters bonding over video games, as well as the comedic hijinks and misunderstandings between characters, are some really quality stuff. There's also some really funny ways that text effects are used in the first 2 episodes, setting us up for how characters will fall to pieces in later episodes. Signaling Tendo's collapse through text splashed on the screen was hilarious. And when Amano and Tasuku play each other in Persona 4 Arena, Tasuku notices all the mistakes that Amano makes in his playstyle, and those mistakes are displayed on screen in text. Even better, the kinds of rookie mistakes that Amano makes are real fighting game issues you see from players who have a grasp of the game's concepts but don't quite have the skill to pull it all off yet. Really, Gamers could be great. I'm hoping it will be. It just needs to find balance. There's some wonderful stuff here, and then there's some nonsense and absurdity. For now, Gamers receives a partial recommendation from me. It's definitely worth watching the first 2 episodes, but after episode 3, there's really no way to tell where this is going, or if the creators will manage to right the ship. Considering the early promise, it may be worth watching to find out.